After a very satisfying conclusion to my Endless Winter unboxing, I figured I'd jump into another Stan Kordonskiy title and unbox Resurgence. Timestamp. Oof, so many baggies. I will go ahead and, I'm going to keep them out just in case I need them for this unboxing or others. But so many that were left over after Endless Winter, which I'm very happy about. Normally you'd probably use all of them, but because I got the big box that organizes it, I don't have to, which means I can save them as I do for games that are in need of them. And sometimes other games are in need of them. This is Resurgence. This is a title from Half a Kingdom Games. The designer is Stanislav Kordonskiy. People just know him as Stan. And this is a title, a Euro title in kind of like a gritty world in terms of the setting, the like thematic setting for the game. And this was primarily actually, I got this because Jeremy Howard was such a fan of it and so positive. And I've enjoyed the Stan Kordonskiy games that I've played. I've played Shadow Kingdoms of Valyria. I've recently really enjoyed Endless Winter. Alex has waxed on and on and on about Rurik Dawn of Kiev. So this was kind of one of those games where I was like, you know what? This is a title that deserves my support on Kickstarter. I'm excited to jump into this. So this is Resurgence. Let's go ahead and jump in and see what we have going on. So let's see what this game is about. Resurgence is a game set in an alternate history of the 20th century. Humanity's worst fears came to pass and civilization collapsed following a nuclear exchange between the superpowers. Those who lived through it now huddled together in the ruins of the old cities, trying to survive, regroup, and rebuild. That sounds daunting, but, I'm excited about it. You've got a lot of different visual elements that almost remind me as if, like, the Soviet Union took over most of mainland Europe or something like that, just in terms, well, is that what happened? You will undertake a variety of missions around Moscow, rescue survivors, and build up your compound. Maybe that is what happened, and maybe I knew that, and it was just, the iconography was very, like, Soviet Union-esque, and that's kind of hilarious that might actually be what it is. Maybe I recall that. Maybe I don't. But yeah. So, because you can see on the image here, you've got the very like fabled. I can't remember what that is. That the Red Cathedral? I'm trying to remember the name of it. And then this looks like almost the remnants of the Kremlin. So, well, I'm useless. I just need to look at stuff because that is the Kremlin here, and then that's the place there. So this actually is visually taken from like this no man's land over here or over here where you see the Kremlin to the side and then that cathedral there. So yeah, you're in Moscow. This is a different universe of Moscow here. Got nice player boards. I love when player boards have cutouts that allow you to locate your cards or your components kind of neatly tucked into that. That's super satisfying. Again, pretty much solely on the recommendation of Jeremy and my appreciation for Stan is why I backed this. So I don't actually have a ton of context as to how this game functions mechanically. I do know that it is a Euro. And it looks like there are at least some level of like physical, these almost look like half walls maybe for defense or some type of, maybe they're like destructions that like you breach into something and get maybe rewards on the other side. Not entirely sure. Again, not fully certain what's going on. There have been a couple games that, Jeremy has been very, such a good proponent and supporter of. And they're not, the big titles that don't really need a bunch of shout-outs because they've already got that kind of, like, hype and, rabid following and, very close attention to everything that's talked about in the game. So the two that I recently, kind of before I stopped backing stuff, some of the last couple ones I did was Resurgence, which fulfilled very quickly compared to a lot of games. So Resurgence was one of them, and then the other one was the Broken and Beautiful, which is kind of like this very beautiful artistic game around what apparently is like a real thing, and it's like the breaking of pottery and then repairing of it using like gold. I think it's like gold is what they use to seam the cracks or to like fix the cracks. So it's like a very visually cool setup, and it just looked gorgeous. So like Broken and Beautiful. I think it's Broken and Beautiful. There's an actual term for it. Like there's an actual term that I don't know what it is. But yeah, that was the other one that I did. But this is Jeremy Howard's fault. You know, I blame him. He's too nice. So gonna get all that silica gel out of here. Probably one in here as well. Yep, there's one here as well. But no, so the thing that I do enjoy that this campaign did get enough backing and enough love that they were able to upgrade a lot of these pieces from cardboard to wood, which feels really good. I don't always need plastic miniatures and stuff like that. Sometimes other setups are just much more preferred. I think there is a little bit of like you have hidden resources that you're keeping from other players. So I am excited about that. There are 5 bags here, even though there's only what seems to be 4 players. So yeah, there's 4 players. So maybe that bag is for something else. But I definitely have enough bags here to hold everything. So I'm going to just put these cards away into these bags. And that will make my soul feel better. That will make my soul feel better. Yeah, so this is Resurgence, Stan Kordonskiy, Half a Kingdom Games. I think this is actually Stan's publishing company, maybe, that he started. I could be wrong on that. Don't quote me on that. Don't quote me on anything, to be fair. Never quote me on anything, because... Oh, is that 5 now? No, that's still just 4. Losing it, guys. I'm steadily losing it. I don't think I ever actually had it to begin with, so maybe I'm not really losing it. Maybe I'm just realizing that it's always been gone. But whatever was gone is still gone. It's still gone. Yeah, so again, maybe like more bags than necessary, which I'm always okay with. There's probably a better, like more player-focused way of organizing these, but I don't feel the need to do that. So I'm just gonna, live and let live with. It's a tighter go of it, but that's fine as well, because this allows me to get all of this stuff in here, which I'm happy about. And then I have all these extra baggies. So many extra baggies. I think that's pretty much everything that's in the game. I don't really need anything else from the looks of it. So I'm going to slot these in there, get those out of the way. Put this on first. Get these on after. And we'll just tuck those right there to where they kind of get pushed down. Oh, the bags. I forgot the bags. I need to put the bags in the bottom so that... I don't always love when it's so tight, though, that it has the potential to damage something. I'm trying to figure out what's the best way to put these bags in here. I guess I could just like put stuff in the bags, but that sounds too simple, right? That sounds too simple. Why would I make this easy on myself? Get those there. Sure. We're just gonna put all this together suboptimally, because I'm all about suboptimally. These could go up top, maybe. Put them like there. Then this can go over here. Sure. Sure. That's what we'll call it. That's what we'll call it. All right, Resurgence. Alternate history in the 20th century. Moscow is not having a good time. They're rough. No one really knows what triggered the one-day war between the superpowers. A single day is all it took to end the before world. After the government's collapse, leaderless groups of survivors huddled in the ruins of once great cities. The climate is brutal, the resources are scarce, and mutant tribes are roaming the wastelands. The world desperately needs a hero to rally the people and lift them out of the rubble. I actually think I read this in another video when I was showing all the games that I got. But you know what? Onward and upward. Resurgence. I'm excited to try it. I've heard good things about it. And moving on to the next unboxing. Bada bada bing, timestamp. Timestamp. See you guys.